Yes, I don't want to kwaba ere over platform we as a host na age. And I want me abon impuno. Arafo, ebie na sie am no kase an plot within NDC. And ababe the just what I say plot. We share video here. The plotting of NDC barrier against Mahama government. So what I say and I say e woli na yen kwa nsem ni mu. Ni enkwati ni ekoso e that side.
Of what the Honorable General Secretary of the NDC said today at his press conference.
Now, National Executive Committee approved eligibility provisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, pursuant to Article 54 of the party's constitution, the National Executive Committee has approved the following general provisions under Section H of the guidelines for the elections. 1. Any person seeking to contest for a party position who currently holds an office to which he or she was appointed by the President or government must resign from that office at least 6 clear months before filing nomination forms. I think that any person seeking to contest for a party position who currently holds an office to which he or she was appointed by the President or government must resign from that office at least 6 clear months before filing nomination forms. 2. Chairpersons or members of boards or persons in an analogous position are exempt from this restriction. Why? Because they are not full-time employees. So those who are full-time employees are affected. And the following are those who are affected. The affected officers under paragraph 1 include, they are not limited to: A. Ministers and deputy ministers. B. Chief executive officers, managing directors, their deputies, or analogous officers. C. Metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. So those are the 3 main categories that we mentioned. I take them again. The affected officers under paragraph 1 include, they are not limited to: A. Ministers and deputy ministers. B. Chief executive officers, managing directors, their deputies, or analogous officers. C. Metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. Now, the official guidelines for the elections will from today be made public. So all of you will be able to have access to them. Now, for the avoidance of doubt and for absolute clarity, those intending to contest at the constituency level who fall in the category I just mentioned, the 3 categories I mentioned, those intending to contest at the constituency level shall resign by April 2026. Those intending to contest at the regional level shall resign by May 2026. And those intending to contest at the national level shall resign by June 2026. These provisions are firm, constitutional, and we enforce without exception. So please don't even bother to come and see whether you can plead to be exempted. There's no plea in this matter.
Viewers, I'm not a soothsayer and I'm not a prophet, but I can assure you that there's going to be a court case on this one. There's going to be several challenges to this, and eventually there may even be a court case on it. But now let's get into the details. Fifi Kwete says that if you want to be an officer of the party, so that means a polling station, I think they call it ward. The ward officers, constituency officers, regional. So that means regional chairman, regional secretary, regional deputy secretary, and the women's organizer and the youth organizer are going to be in a separate election, but they're also part of it. And then the national. Very interesting. Now, my first take on this matter, viewers, is the exemptions. The exemptions are so interesting. If you look at the personalities that have been exempted, you will see the point I'm making. Now, Fifi Kwete says that ministers, deputy ministers, chief executives, deputy chief executives, and those appointed in analogous positions. That means those appointed in similar positions. So, for instance, executive director. You are not a chief executive, and you're not a deputy chief executive. You are an executive director. So, President Mahama appoints, apparently there's one at Ghana Commercial Bank. I think President Mahama has appointed somebody at Ghana Commercial Bank. He's like an executive director, something like that. So, President Mahama appoints an executive director to maybe a Great Development Bank where there's already an MD and a deputy MD. That person is in an analogous position. So, that's just an example. Okay. Now, I'm tempted to go to the exemptions, but let me now go to those that have obviously been affected by this decision. Fifi Kwete is not affected. So, George Oparo. Now, what it means is that if George Oparo, who is the national youth organizer of the party, he won an election, he was elected the national youth organizer of the party, coming into office, President Mahama has given him an appointment. He is the Minister for Employment and Manpower and all of that. Youth employment, manpower, something, quite a nice portfolio. That's George Oparo. George Oparo continues to be the national youth organizer of the party today. His tenure is ending this year. Now, George Oparo has come into this position because he had been working with the youth during the campaign. So President Mahama has put him into this position so that the youth will find expression in government. The youth that George Oparo worked with, they will find expression in government through George Oparo's portfolio, which is concerning the youth. Now, George Oparo cannot continue to be a minister after May 2026 if he wants to continue as national youth organizer. I'm sure George Oparo has only done, I think he's done one term in the position. I stand to be corrected. I think it's one term. George Oparo has done one term in the position. Now, he wants to do another term. Fifi Kwete's rules, which is now the National Executive rules, says that Oparo must resign from the thing in May so that he can contest in November. If he wins, he remains there. He doesn't become a minister anymore. Wow. This is going to be interesting. So, Oparo, gone. I can't see in Ghanaian politics how Oparo will say, I'm resigning from minister to go and run for party when the party is in government. The party is in government. So why is he going to? I mean, the government is more important than being in the party. All the party's efforts were so that they will be in government. Now they are in government, he's part of government, he should leave the government and go and do the party that is in government. How? Nobody will do that. So Oparo, down, out. He's not going to become, he's either going to leave the ministry to continue as national youth organizer to win another election, which I think he won't do. He'll be there. So he's no longer going to be the NDCs. All the experience he has, he keeps it in government. Another person becomes a national youth organizer to control the party. I'll tell you more about this. Oparo, down, out. Sami Jemfi, in fact, he has already said that he doesn't want to run as PR for the party anymore. He's already said it. As soon as the party won elections, he said, I'm not interested. I'm going to sell gold. It's better. I'm not interested in this party thing. I'm shouting then, well, I don't want you to be mentioning my name. Then they are calling me on newsfile. And I just want gold and do my work. Please, I want peace of mind. I'm tired of this KK every day. My phone is ringing. Every time they're calling me from a table. All radio stations have access to my phone. My WhatsApp doesn't sleep. Now I'm selling gold. I did all that so that we come to power. We are in power. President Mahama has given me a very important responsibility to protect the city. That is what I want to do. Party. Bye-bye. Okay, so he's gone. So not much to say about him. He's gone. He says he's not interested anymore. He's gone. All right. This is the big one. Malik Basintali. He has to leave the work. Fifi Kwete said he should leave that place and wait. 6 clear months. 6 months. A whole 6 months. Get out of the place. 6 months. Come and run he's a deputy national communications officer. Yes. He's a deputy national communications officer. So he's Sami Jemfi's deputy. Basintali has not even done a quarter of what he wants to do in the party level. He has not done much. He was just exposed by election 2024 and railroaded into this position, and he was coming on Good Morning Ghana. He hasn't even paid Metro TV the dues that he has to pay because Basintali was discovered on Metro TV. Without Metro TV, nobody knew Basintali. It is Metro TV, Good Morning Ghana. He has still not come to pay it. If you see him telling that, I'm saying that the management of Metro TV is waiting for him. Since that we have made him minister, he should come and do something for us. Anyway, so that's Malik Basintali. He's a CEO of YE. Basintali has to leave. He has to leave the office and then become party. That's going to be a critical decision. How is President Mahama going to relate to this decision? I'll tell you that in a minute. So Basintali, trouble. Next. This one is part of my other analysis. So let me jump it and come back. Let's see who is there. This one is part of my other analysis. Let me jump it and come back. Mustafa Band kept saying on Joy FM this evening that when they hadn't asked him any question, well, they had asked him a question, but it wasn't related. He said, he used the phrase about 3 or 4 times in 2 minutes. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the party. Do you know why he was saying that? Because this is indeed about him. It is about him. All this is about, he wants to run for General Secretary against Fifi Kwete. So this is about him, Mustafa Band. He's currently the Deputy General Secretary. He wants to become General Secretary. Fifi Kwete wants to maintain his position as General Secretary. Basintali, my friend Mustafa Band wants to be the General Secretary. He has to be kicked out of that Jubilee House because he's Deputy Director of Operations at the Jubilee House. He's Deputy Director of Operations. His portfolio is quite important and quite serious. He does all kinds of things. He manages the party that could say by-election. It was he who managed it straight from Jubilee House. So all of this is about him. Number one, critical is about him. First, he started the campaign to remove Fifi Kwete. Fifi Kwete says, you want to remove me? Remove yourself from Jubilee House for 6 months and see whether you get 1 vote. That's the matter. There's no other matter. That's the matter. So when you heard Mustafa Band on Joy FM repeating, this is not about me. It is about him. It's about him. It's part of it. So that's a very complicated one. Does he want to remain Deputy General Secretary? Does he want to become General Secretary? He has to leave the Jubilee House. 6 months. Fifi Kwete is a very brutal guy. Okay. Ufusan Pofu is here. So now let me go to the other side of the story.